Hello!
Late to the party, but I finally beat the DLC on a new strength character, and overall I was happy with my $60 purchase. The DLC is a bit harder than the base game, though everything is still beatable. Just like the base game, you might have to come back later, level up a bit more, or maybe try a different tactic. I highly recommend having a high vigor. There were two negatives about the DLC, performance issues, and this one small particular area. Just like some areas in the base game, it can be laggy at times. I found it wasn't too often, but when it did, it was noticeable. There's also this one small area later in the DLC that has mobs that can one-shot. They can be defeated or sneak past by. It is the only area I didn't vibe with. I explored a good chunk of the DLC over 20 plus hours. Now to the base game review. I have beaten the game before and it took me 24 hours to beat it again on a new file with a controller. It certainly is a lot more accessible than the other Dark Souls games in its series. There's certainly a lot of content, and while some things are reused, it's used sparingly for the most part. There are some gimmicks that I found annoying, but it was kept to a small minimum. The game was a breeze since I have beaten it before, though there were a small handful of bosses that needed a few extra attempts. Like I mentioned before, I did have performance troubles a small bit. I still found traveling to be quite annoying, though I did eventually get used to it. New players are likely to explore all things of interest, so this will likely be a non-issue. While the game might be challenging for a new player, it does give a few options when dealing with a situation. The game has many weapons, gear, spells, and items, making it quite a long experience. Elden Ring is a lovely game, and I will highly recommend this to everyone. Goodbye and good night.